started traveling around the world, the last thing I thought I was going to do was get any kind of medical or dental treatment. That just sounds really intimidating, especially in countries where English isn't widely spoken. I grew up with the jokes of how you'll come back with no teeth if you get your teeth done in another country, which is actually hilarious because of how far that is from the actual truth. Now, I haven't had any type of insurance in the past 2 years. Not medical, dental, any kind of insurance, nothing. I thought I bought dental insurance once, but it wound up being a discount card that I didn't notice that was what it was until I read the small print, so thanks America. If you don't make a lot of money or have a job that provides it, affording insurance in the US is not very easy. It kind of seems like a luxury to me. Did you know 30 million Americans are uninsured? That is not a low number. The last time I went to the dentist was just over 2 years ago. And boy, do I remember what an awful experience that was. I went in for a dental cleaning and to check the prices of professional teeth whitening. I always thought that would be nice. I've never had great teeth if you couldn't tell. I drink a lot of coffee and wine, and I used to smoke, and those are all the biggest contributors to yellow teeth. And if you think that my teeth haven't looked bad in past videos, please don't forget that I've been editing since I was 11 years old, and it's very easy to turn your teeth white when you're editing videos. I just wanted to have pretty teeth all the time. Like, who wouldn't? So I go in, I ask for a cleaning, they evaluate my teeth, and then they tell me that I have periodontal disease. So I'm going to need a special type of cleaning, scraping type procedure. And then it's the only type of cleaning that they'll give me because it's what I really need. And then they said it would be $350 per side of my mouth with this discount card. And at the time, I could only afford one side. And they said that that would be pointless because if I just got one side done, then the bacteria would slowly move over to the other side, and then I would just have to get them both redone again when I could afford both. And they said professional whitening would cost $380. And then they told me it would hurt just as much as the like the dental strips, because I didn't want to use those because those were so painful. So I thought if I just got everything done in one go, it'd be fine. But they were like, no, it's gonna hurt just as bad. I smiled politely and left. And that was the last time I went to a dentist. I couldn't afford that. $1,100? No, your girl is a backpacker, and at the time I was already spending $1,500 a month on rent. I'm not rich, and I never have been. I wound up canceling the dental card, and I never looked back. Fast forward 1.5 years later, I'm looking at my teeth in the mirror, and I just don't like them. I hated looking at them in my videos. I hated having to edit my teeth every time I filmed. And then I started to notice this stain on the bottom of my teeth where I have like one tooth is like slightly pushed back because I never wore a retainer as a kid. And to me, like I couldn't like scrape it off with my finger or like a dental pick, so I thought it was a permanent scratch, and I became so self-conscious of it. Like I noticed it for the first time in Guatemala, and I was like, great, now I'm going to have to book a dental appointment when I get back to the States. There goes my savings. I was complaining about it to somebody in a hostel that I was staying at in Mexico, and they were telling me about how they got their teeth done there, and that they had nothing but positive things to say about the experience. So I started thinking. I asked how sketchy it was, how they were treated, how well they did, and yeah, nothing but positive feedback. So I thought, what the hell, why not? It should be cheaper. So I got on the good old Google Maps and I started researching dentist places in Antigua, Guatemala. I found the one with the highest rating. I think it was like completely 5 stars. I was real bougie with it. Like I went to a fancy dentist, fancy for Antigua. And most of the ratings were in English, so I knew that this was probably a place for dental tourism. And that was really nice to see, so I made an appointment for a few days later. And y'all are not going to believe this experience. So I get there, they tell me to sit in the waiting room, I fill out a little piece of paper, not like forms after forms after forms, like just like something that took up like 1/4 of a page that like other people could still put their information on. But I was the only person there, so I was the only one that wrote on it so far. I waited less than 10 minutes despite being early, and I was greeted by the dentist, like not like a assistant dental person, but like the actual dentist came out, greeted me, and brought me upstairs into the room. And it seemed like there was only one room, which is not something I'm used to as an American. And this lady spoke perfect English. So this was already like a much different experience than what I have in the US, where I usually get there, I fill out the paperwork, I'm always on time, and then I still have to wait like a half hour, 45 minutes past my appointment time for whatever reason. So she brought me in, explained everything that she would be doing to me, how much she could lift the color of my teeth, and she did not leave that room the entire 1.5 hours that I was there. Like what I'm used to in the US is I get brought back by an assistant and I sit in the chair and then I talk to them for a little bit and then they leave, and then eventually I see the dentist when it's ready for like the procedure time. And then usually during the procedure, like the dentists are like bouncing between other rooms and like working on other patients at the same time. But I was the only one there and I had this lady's full attention, which was crazy for me because that's just never happened before. Like I felt so cared for. So she performed the cleaning perfectly. She didn't mention anything about periodontal disease, actually said that I had really good gums. She even found this like I had this like thing on one of my teeth that like I thought it was a crack. It looked like a crack. I couldn't really tell though because I'm not a dentist. And apparently it was glue left over from the braces that I had 10 years ago that no other dentist that I went in for a cleaning for had ever found. It was just still on my teeth. And she removed it. And that little stain that I thought was permanent on the bottom of my teeth, she removed that too. The only painful part was when like they had to put the electric blue light on my teeth for like a few minutes to make them whiter. But besides from that, like there was no pain during the entire experience. Like honestly, I thought it was going to be so much worse. But my teeth have never looked better in my life after leaving that dentist room. And then she took a selfie with me to like show off her work. It was just such an incredible experience. And at the end of the appointment, she gave me a new toothbrush, painkillers for the probable pain that my teeth would experience the next day, which it did for like maybe 24 hours, like just some like random pains because of the whitening, which is pretty much inevitable. She gave me sensitive gel for my teeth too and sensitive toothpaste. So all of that was included. Now guess how much I paid? We went from this being $1,100 in the US with a dental discount card that I can't even imagine how much it would have cost without to I walked out of that door paying $300 flat. $300 for everything. The cleaning, the whitening, everything that she gave me to leave with, $300. The whitening was gonna be more than that alone in the United States. So now I will never get my teeth cleaned or whitened in the United States ever again. I don't ever want to have to go back to an American dentist unless it's like a dental emergency. The work they did, how well I was cared for, the amount I paid, like everything just like blew my standards out of the water. And now my standards are so high that American dentistry just could never. So if you've ever considered getting your teeth done while you're on vacation, that's the right decision to make. Just make sure that they have good ratings and they have reviews in English so you know that you can talk to them. Unless you're bilingual, then damn, even better for you. And this could have been cheaper. Like I said, I went to the bougiest dentist in Antigua. I saw that they do cleanings for as cheap as $23 US. But none of those reviews were in English. And since this was my first time with dental tourism, I just wanted to stay on the safer side. So this was probably like the most expensive I could have paid, which I was still completely fine with. But yeah, so now I'm rocking my new teeth all over the US. Sorry, this is gonna be my new little studio for a while because I'm back to my home in my car working at summer camp where there's no place for me to be alone except in this car. So this will be my next studio for the next 2 months. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so sorry it's been so long since I've posted. I've just been so busy working since I got back to the US that I haven't really had a chance to film anything. But I have a lot of exciting videos coming y'all's way, so please hit that subscribe button so you are ready for that, and I will catch y'all on the next one.